Hi, I'm Prophet Vincent Grant. Thank you for connecting with me this afternoon, and I'm continuing the series I started about a month ago on demonology. And last week I spoke on delay. And this afternoon I'm talking on delay again. And this time around I'm here to share with you 4 major causes of delay in the life of every individual. 4 causes of delay in the life of every individual. Like we always do it, I want you to go ahead and share this live broadcast with as many people as you can. Let them know that the mega prophet is live. So go ahead and share this live broadcast. We are also live on our YouTube channel, Prophet Vincent Grant. So copy the link, share with somebody, let somebody know that we are live. And this afternoon's teaching will be a great blessing to you. So stay with me as I teach on delay. Stay with me as I do this teaching on delay, the causes of delay. Now I want to start by letting you know that I have read the success story of many great men and great women in history. I've read a lot of success story of many great businessmen, great pastors, great preachers, president, prominent people in life. And I've come to this conclusion that when you look at the success story of every great man in life, the beginning of their life journey doesn't look like somebody whose life will amount to anything big or great in life. Most of those great men and women in history, when you look at the way they started life, they are fundamental. The way they started life, their life story doesn't seem or look like people or somebody who can become anything in life. The beginning of their story was so hopeless, where you can tell that this person can never go far, looking at the foundation of which his or her life is starting upon. But at the end of the day, some way, somehow, those people were able to shake off the boundaries, the impossibilities, the embargoes, the restriction, and every form of stone and wall that failure has deployed against them alongside their journey. They were able to make it through the impossibilities, through so many reasons where they couldn't have made it. They were able to break through. And I've come to the place of understanding that one of the major causes of delay in our life or in the life of an individual, the first cause is called, I call it over expectation. The first reason why many people experience delay in their life is what? Over expectation. And this evening, I want you to stay with me. This evening or afternoon or morning, depending on wherever you are watching from, I want you to stay with me, because I'll be going very deep. I'll be talking on so many things that will be a very great blessing to you. As the popular saying goes, you need to dream big for yourself. There is nothing wrong to dream big. There is nothing wrong to have big plans and big ideas for your life. There is nothing wrong to think big and dream big about the things you want to attain in life, and the things you want to get in life, and the person you want to become in life. But one thing is very important, which you must know, is that you need to know your capacity. You dream big. You have this big expectation for yourself. You have a big dream and big expectation for your future. In the midst of all these big dreams and big expectation, it is very important for you to know who you are. It is very important for you to know your capacity as a man, your capacity as a woman. It is very important for you to know your worth. It is very important for you to know who you are, your personality, your capacity. The fact that everything is possible doesn't mean you can do everything and succeed. You cannot succeed in everything, though everything is possible. But you can never be successful in everything. You need to know your potential, your capacity, your worth, what you can do, what you can achieve as a man and as a woman, it is very important for you to know who you are. It is very, very important for you to know who you are. And the first word of wisdom I want to share with you is that in this life that we live, it is out of the 100% of people, it is only 1% of people or individuals who attain certain height in life because they deserve it. Out of 100% of people, it is only 1% who attain certain height, who break through certain height in life because they deserve it. The 99% of people always get to place in life because they work for it and they fight for it. Hear me very well. Out of 100% of people, let's say the whole world population is 100%, 99% out of 100% are people who attain height in life not because they deserve it, but because they work for it, because they fight for it. And you see, over the years, I've seen many people who are wasting their life thinking they are waiting on God for the things they deserve to come to them. I've seen many people who are wasting their life. You can look at this man, you can look at that man, that woman, and tell that this person is wasting his life or her life thinking he or she is waiting upon the Lord in order to receive or attain height that he or she deserves. And I want to let you know, if you have not watched the previous teaching I did on delay, I want you to go and watch it, because I spoke deep on delay. I spoke deep on delay, and I share with you the difference between waiting on God and delay. There are people who are waiting upon the Lord, and there are people who are going through delay. There are people who are waiting upon the Lord because God is taking them through the process, and there are people who are delayed. And the irony that I exposed is that there are people who are going through delay, but the enemy has deceived them to believe the lie that they are waiting upon the Lord. So the more they think they are waiting upon the Lord, the more they go to delay, because their case, they are going to delay. It is not God that is processing their life or anything in their life. That is why it is very important for you to go and watch that series I did on delay. It's very important for you to watch that series I did on delay. So out of the 100% of people, hear me, 99% of people attain height, get miracles, get breakthrough, succeed in life in one way or the other, not because they deserve it, but because they work for it. Not because they deserve it, but because they work for it. And you see, if you are somebody who is at that place thinking the things you deserve will one day come to you, you have been deceiving yourself. Even in the days of manna, they have to go to the bush to search for it. They have to go to the bush to look for it. So they were not just home and God put the manna on their table and they get up and eat it. Every day you have to go to the bush and search for the manna. So if you are somebody who is at that place praying with expectation and hope that the things that you deserve as a Christian, the things that you deserve as a child of God, the things that you deserve for the righteous living, for your holy living, for all the seed you have been sowing, for all the fasting and prayer, all of a sudden a day will come that the things you deserve will just present itself to you. You are lying to yourself. There are times you don't get what you deserve. You only get the things you work for. You only get the things you work for. As a young man, and when I was very young, I remember my mom will gather all of us. We are 7 in number. So my mom will gather all of us and said, who do you want to become in the future? So my sisters will talk about who they want to become in the future. Then when it comes to my turn, I will say, I want to become a bank manager. I want to become a bank manager. I want to become a bank manager. And some of my sisters will say they want to become a nurse, they want to become a lawyer, they want to become a politician. But every day I said, I want to become a bank manager. I want to become a bank manager. And my mom would say, why do you want to become a bank manager? And I said, so that I can have all the money in the bank. And they will be laughing. Grant, why do you want to become a bank manager? And I said, yes, I want to become a bank manager so that I can have all the money in the bank. Because at that time, all that I knew was that if you are the bank manager, you are the one managing the bank. So all the money in the bank become yours. You are the one managing it, so you can use any money you want, spend any money. So that was a big expectation. Now imagine I grew up with this expectation that one day I'll become a bank manager, and all the money in the bank will become mine. What do you think will become of me in the future? That is a dream that will never come to pass. That is a possibility that is not possible. And you see, many of us from the beginning of our life, we have all these big dreams, this big expectation. But hear me, in the midst of your big dream and your big expectation, you need to understand that this is what I want. This is what I value. This is my potential. This is what I can do in the midst of the big dream. Now, I want to tell you this. When I was in university, I had some of my classmates and some of my co-students. Some of them, they say when they complete school, they want to work at oil and gas. Some of them say they want to work at the bank. Some of them say they want to work at the government. Everybody have a specific institution and establishment where they really want to work. And some of them will say things like, apart from working in this kind of establishment or institution, they will never work anywhere, and they don't want to work anywhere. And most of them, 3 years after completing university, they are still unemployed because they have not yet secured any job in the oil and gas sector. And some of them, after 3 years of graduating from the university, they are still unemployed. They are still home because they have not gotten any job in the bank. And some of them, after so many years, they are still unemployed because they have not gotten any job in the government. They have not gotten any job in the government. And I've realized that many young graduates make this type of mistake. And you see, this is what you need to understand. There are times where you allow yourself to go for certain job, not because you like the job, not because the salary is good, but just because you want to have a certain work experience to put on your CV. Sometimes you allow yourself to go for certain job, not because the salary is good, not because they can pay you good, but because you just want certain work experience to put on your CV. You just want your potential employer to know that you have some good working experience. This is what many people don't know. You have the big dreams, but sometimes you need to master how to start small and where to start from. It's very important. And let me share with you these 3 keys that I have discovered so far in life. When wisdom is speaking, you need to listen and take note. When wisdom is speaking, you need to listen and take note. Sometimes when you pray for God to open a door for you, sometimes when you pray and ask the Lord to open a door or a gate for you, God can open a gate that looks to you like a window. Sometimes God can open a door that looks to you like a window. God can open a big gate that looks to you like a window. And the reason why you see that big gate that the Lord has opened as a window is because of over expectation. Because of over expectation. Hear me. Over expectation has put some people to the place where nothing good can come their way anymore, because they have spent all their life expecting big things to happen, and they have wasted the small opportunities that contain the big opportunity they have been waiting for and they have been praying for all these years. Sometimes you ask God to open a door for you, and God opened that door, and the door looked like a window. The door looked like a window. Sometimes you ask God to give you a tree, a big forest, and God end up giving you a seed. What did you ask for? A tree. What did you ask for? A big forest, and God end up giving you what? A seed. And you see, because you are at the place of over expectation, you lack the ability to see the tree in the seed that the Lord gave you. Over expectation. Many years ago, I met this old woman who was crying to me, and she said that all the men who wanted to marry me when I was in my youth, and I said no to them because they were from a very poor family and they don't have money, and they don't have a good job, and I rejected them. All of those men, few years after they married somebody else, they became a millionaire. She rejected them many years ago because they had no money. They were very broke and poor. But few years after they went and married somebody else and started life, things begin to turn up for them. And today, they are millionaires. And when she began to mention some of the names, I didn't believe it. Till she went to bring some pictures, some photographs that she took with some of these millionaires in Ghana. Top business moguls. And I said, how possible? And she said, my son, many years ago, there is nothing that you can see about them to tell that this person can become great in life. But today, you can never talk about money without mentioning their name. You can never talk about business and companies in the country without talking about them. Without talking about them. So once upon a time, millionaires came her way, but because they didn't meet the kind of expectation she had, she missed it. Hear me. I am not saying this to say any man who comes your way broke, or any boy who came your way or come your way very broke, say he want to marry you, then you go ahead. No. This is not what I'm saying. I'm talking about over expectation. Over expectation. Hear me. If what you know about somebody is their current status in life, you don't know him, you don't know her. If the only thing you know about people is who they are today, where they are today, and what they are going through today, then you don't know such a person. Because life is a mystery. That a young boy today can become a mighty man tomorrow. That a young girl today can become a mother of nations tomorrow. That a very broke guy, a very broke man today can become a millionaire tomorrow. A hopeless unemployed graduate today can become a CEO of multi-million-dollar companies tomorrow. So take it easy. What to think about people. Take it easy. Hear me. Most at times, people's condition in life is never their conclusion. What people are going through in life doesn't define their future. Who people are today doesn't predict who they can become tomorrow. And anytime I read the success story of many great men in history, I come to the place of understanding that miracles do happen, and life is a mystery. Miracles do happen, and life is a mystery. Miracles do happen, and life is a very big mystery. Life is a very big mystery. Life is a very big mystery. Over expectation. You know, there are people who have set their mind and their hope and their ambition so high that it is very difficult for somebody or for something to meet that standard. There are people who have set themselves so high in life to the extent that it will be very difficult for somebody or anything to meet that standard they have set for themselves. Hear me. It is good for you to set goals for yourself, for you to set some standard for yourself, but in the midst of everything, know who you truly are. In the midst of your big dreams and your big expectation, know whom you truly are. It's very important. In the midst of all your big dreams, it's very important for you to know who you are. It is very important for you to know who you are. Over expectation. There are many single women who are still single today because of over expectation. Because that kind of man they want to marry to has not yet come. And until they meet that kind and that type of man, they will never settle for anybody else. And hear me, most of them will spend all their life expecting that man to come, and that man will not ever come till their grave. Why? Over expectation. Over expectation. Oh, if he's not this type of person, I am not interested. And at the end of the day, they spend all their life waiting with expectation that never come to pass. So by the time they decided to settle for any man who just loved them and who is just serious about marrying them, they have lost a lot of potential husbands that they should have married to. Over expectation. Over expectation. One day my bishop called the daughter and said to the daughter that when he grow up, who do you want to marry in the future? And she said, I want to marry a prophet. I want to marry a prophet who has a big church, a prophet, you know, who has cars like daddy, who has this like you, who is this and that, who has companies and business and big church. And the bishop said, why do you want to marry a prophet who has a big church and cars and money? He said, so that I can be enjoying life like the way mommy is enjoying life. And my bishop says that I want you to ask your mom that when she got married to me, how many cars do I have? How many houses do I have? How many church members did I have? I want you to ask your mom. I want you to ask your mom. Before you say, I want to marry a big man of God like daddy, who has big church like daddy, who have cars like daddy, who is very successful like daddy, ask your mother that the time we got married, she will tell you that I was living in a family house, that we took bus and taxi together, that sometimes we have no food to eat, that we started a church in uncompleted building where sometimes we use bed sheet as a canopy when the sun is too hot. And today things turn around, that we have our own houses, our own cars, our own church branches and everything. And you see, most of time, the big miracles that people are expecting come in a very small way. And this is where many people keep missing their true miracle, because their expectation is so high than the major opportunity that God presented in a very small way. They end up missing it because that is not what they expect. So most of the time when I hear people say, I will never settle for less, I will never settle for less, most of these people will always miss the mega great things that God wants to do in their life in a very small way. I will never settle for less. I will never settle for less. I deserve nothing but the best. I deserve not. No, it is not wrong. It is good not to settle for less. It is good to deserve the best or to get the best. But most of the time, the things you expect, the great things you expect, the big things you expect can come to you in a very disguised way, in a very small way. The major doors you expect can present itself to you like a small window. Over expectation. And this is a story of a lady that I met. And I want to take some time. I'll be talking about financial over expectation, how over expectation affect your finances, how over expectation affect your business, how over expectation affect your marriage. And I will be talking tip in all these areas to help everybody who is watching me live. This lady, there were 3 daughters from the same parent, and the youngest married to a medical doctor who have his own big hospital, and they were happily married. And the second born is married to a politician who is a member of a parliament and also have his own microfinance, a big company doing very well. And the firstborn is single, and so many men came her way, wanted to marry her, and she said no to most of these men. And I have some of my friend pastors who were interested in her and they wanted to marry her, and she said no to them. So one day I called her and I said, why is it that this and that of my friends, they are interested in you and you say no? And she said, Prophet, look, our last born is married to a medical doctor and they have their own big hospital. My second born, my elder sister, the one who followed me, my backbone, is married to a politician and they have their own microfinance. So why should me, the firstborn, why should me, the firstborn, married to a young man who is now struggling in ministry, who is now fighting his way through, like why should I do that? I'm the first. I need to marry to somebody who is bigger than the politician, who is bigger than the medical. I need to marry to somebody to prove that I am the firstborn. And hear me, she's almost 50 and she's still waiting to meet that big man, that great man who cannot be compared to the medical doctor and the politician that the younger sisters got married to. And you see, most of the time people like this found themselves at this place of expectation, that they wait in expectation till their last day on earth. Hear me, over expectation can destroy you. Over expectation can kill you. Shalom. There are people who are holding on so much to their high expectation that will never come to pass, and they are not ready to settle for anything less than their expectation. They are never ready to settle down for anything that is less than their high expectation. Hear me, sometimes from a bad job you get the opportunity to get a better job. There are people who started their life journey from the scratch, from washing of a plate in a restaurant, And as a result, their connection started from that place. There are people from a bad job, from a bad salary, at that same workplace, from that same job, they had the opportunity to get a better job. Hear me, it is very good to dream big, to have all this great expectation for your life, but sometimes master the art of knowing how to start very small. Many of you, God has placed it on your heart, or you have the leading to start a business, or to start a ministry, or to start a company, and you are expecting to have that huge capital so that you can start boom like that, and that huge capital is not coming, and yet you are there expecting a miracle to come one day for you to start big. Hear me, ask Amazon how it was started. Ask Facebook how it was started. Ask Bill Gates how he started. Ask these big top people, businessmen. They will tell you how they started from the scratch, how they started in a hopeless situation, and one way somehow the miracle comes their way. Hear me, it is good to dream big, to have a big expectation, to start big, but most of the time you must come to the place of having this wisdom, starting with what we have, starting with what you have, starting with what you have, starting with what you can start with is very, very important. There are people who are alive today holding on to a very big expectation, with this high expectation that one day the breakthrough will happen the way they expect it. Hear me, most of them will spend their life with that expectation that will never come to pass. They will spend their life, the whole of their life, expecting, and that expectation will never manifest. Hear me, one of the biggest cause of delay in the life of many people is over expectation. Over expectation. There are things you want to do, but your expectations are too high. You know, sometimes when I meet people and they talk about the things they want to do, you can tell that this person can never go far in life. This person can never go far in life. You know, I've met women who shares, some of them share their experience with me, and most of the time you just feel like crying for them. Old women, they share some of their experience and you feel like crying for them. And some of them, I will say things like, you know, you are a young lady, you have cars, you have a good job, or you have your own business, you have money, you have your own house, you are very settled, you know, you are a well-accomplished woman. And most of them will say something like, I want a man who have more than what I have. I want a man who is more accomplished than me. I want a man who will not depend on me. I want a man who is more successful than me. And they spend the rest of their life waiting for that accomplished man who is more than them to come. And they ended up not meeting that person. They spend the rest of their life waiting for a man who has more than them. And at the end of the day, such a man never comes their way. And by the time they are very close to disappointment, and they begin to change their mind and say, okay, since I'm not getting a man who is more accomplished than me, I just want a man who will love me, a man who will just support me in my business, a man who will take care of me, a man who knows how to treat a woman, a man with a good character, a man who loves the Lord, a man who fears the Lord. And by that time, they have lost many husband prospects. They have lost many prospect husbands. They have lost so many men they could have married to. And that time that they are very close to disappointment, that they are so frustrated, that they are so much depressed, that they are so much worried, that they are so much serious about getting married, that is the time they will begin to meet players. they will begin to meet men who are just coming to take advantage of them. They will begin to meet men who will just come and take advantage of their frustration. They will just meet men who will just come and play games, who will just come because of money, who will just come to take advantage of them in one way or the other. Over expectation. Over expectation. Many of you, you are at that place. As you are listening to me, you are at that place. You have set a very high standard for yourself that it is very difficult for you to achieve it. Yet you are not ready to settle for what you can afford. You are not ready to settle for who you truly are. Your biggest problem is over expectation. And most of the time, those expectations will never come to pass. Most of the time, this big expectation will never come to pass. You see, there is nothing wrong to dream big, but most of the time, know the real value of you. Know the real you. Know your wealth. Know your potential. Know what you can do. Know the true you. It's very, very important. It is very, very important. Over expectation. Over expectation. And I want to talk to you about few causes of over expectation. You know how over expectation can destroy you. How over expectation doesn't only delay you, over expectation can destroy you. By number one, putting you in unnecessary competition. Over expectation puts you in unnecessary competition. Over expectation is more dangerous than delay itself. It puts you in unnecessary competition. Many of you, you want a boyfriend like that of your friend, and that is why you are not married. You want your guy to be like that of your friend. You want your guy to be better than that of your friend's boyfriend. You want your husband to be more handsome than that of your friend's husband. You want your husband or your man to be more rich, more successful than that of your friend, so you can prove that you are better than them. Hear me? Most of the time, those expectations never come to pass. Those big dreams never come to pass. Those high standards you have set for yourself never come to pass. Over expectation puts you in unnecessary competition. When you want to have more than what somebody else have, you want to be better than somebody. You want your marriage to be better than somebody. You want your business to be better than somebody. Over expectation puts you in unnecessary competition. Some of you, you are in unnecessary competition. You want to have the better job compared to your friends. Some of you want to have the same job that your friends are doing. You want to do the same business that your friends are doing. You want to buy the same shoe, the same bag, the same haircut, the same makeup. You are in a very you are on unnecessary competition. Why? Over expectation. Delay. You want to have the same car. Even you don't have money to buy the car, but because your friends are driving, your friends have cars, so you also want to kill yourself, and you find ways and means to also get the car to prove that you too, you are in this competition. Over expectation. It sets you up. It puts you in unnecessary competition. There is this woman that I know that every 6 months she'll go around begging so many people for money to pay her children's school fees because the children are in abroad. Guess what? You know, some of her friends were big women and they send all their children abroad to US and Canada, some and UK to school. So she also wants to prove to them that she can also school her children abroad. Your money is not tall, like we say in Jamaica, and you are competing with people whose money is tall. At the end of the day, the children couldn't complete the school. Unnecessary competition. I want my children to go to the same school they are going. I want my children to also school in abroad. So when they are boasting me too, I can boast. Who is setting you up? Who is setting you up? Unnecessary competition. Over expectation It puts you in unnecessary competition. You hear me? There are many people, everything they have in their life is a loan. When they are boasting about their house, it's a loan they are still paying for. When they are boasting about their car, it's a loan they are paying for. Everything, their mobile phone, everything you see about them is a loan. Yeah. And if they don't tell you the secret, you end up killing yourself to become like them, which is never possible. It sets you up for unnecessary competition. So there was this newly married couple that they love each other so much. So when they married, they relocated to a new estate. Listen very carefully to this story. They relocated to a new estate, and at their window there is this 2-bedroom self-contained house that some new couples were also there. So one day the wife of this man was looking through the window, and she saw these couples coming from work. And when they drove inside the house, the man got down to go and open the door for the wife to come down. And this woman said, wow, look at love. This is love. See love. This woman is enjoying. See love. This woman is enjoying. The following day, the woman at the same time was at the window around 6 o'clock. Then they came from work. As soon as they parked, the husband got down and opened the door for the wife. The woman said, look at love. My husband must do the same thing for me. See love. See love. So one day they came from work, and the lady said, so when will you also get down to open the car door for me? Yeah, you don't know how to love. You are not romantic at all. Why is it, your men like you, I open the door for their wife to get down, but you never open the door for me? I always open the door by myself. And the husband said, since when do you have problem with me not opening the door for you? We never have problem with this. So what is really happening? Say, there are men who are very romantic, that even when they came from work, they get them to open the door for their wife, for their queen to come down, and you are not romantic, you are not doing it. And the man said, if that is what you expect me to be doing for you, I will never do it. And if that is what you think love is, I'm sorry. So one day, this girl keep looking at the window, and these couples were coming from work, and she called the husband, come and see how some men are very romantic, come and see. And this guy came down from the car, and the wife also opened the window, this time around by herself, and come down. And the man said, so what did you want me to see? The husband opened the door for himself, and the wife also opened the door for herself. And the woman said, no. Anytime they come from work, the woman doesn't open the door by herself. The husband get down, and he will go and open the door for the wife. So she decided to go down and approach the woman and said, why is it that all these weeks I've been seeing your husband getting down to open the car door for you to get down? And I've been talking to my husband about you people, and today I was so surprised that you opened the door by yourself. And the woman laughed and said, oh, sorry, a few months ago we were involved in accident, and it affected the door that you can't open from inside, you can only open from outside. And this is the reason why when we get down, my husband has to get down to open it for me. And this morning we went and fixed it. That is where I opened it. The woman was so shocked, and she came home and kneeled down before the husband and said, I am very sorry. And you see, let me tell you this. Over expectation can make you find the best love of your life and never appreciate it because it is not meeting that standard you have set for yourself. Over expectation can make you ungrateful. Over expectation can put you in the life of somebody who is doing everything for you, yet you never appreciate it. Over expectation can put you in the life of somebody who loves you the way you deserve, but yet you are not satisfied. Over expectation make you ungrateful. That because you don't have what your friends have, you never appreciate the things you have. Listen very carefully. Over expectation can block your blessing. Over expectation can make God to stop blessing you, because no matter what God has done for you, you will never appreciate, because it cannot be compared to that of your friends. God has blessed you with a car, but because your friend have cars, you never appreciate the one car the Lord has blessed you with. But you think you deserve cars, not a car. Over expectation can make you very ungrateful. Over expectation can make you ungrateful. It can block God, it can stop God, it can make God to stop blessing you, because you get to that place where no matter what you have, it is not enough, as far as it cannot be compared to that of your friends. Yeah, some of you are in the best marriage ever, but because your husband is not posting you on social media, taking you on vacation, doing videos with you like that of your friends, you are not satisfied. Over expectation. Over expectation. You can be so much blessed yet never know it because of over expectation. You want to have what your friends have, so at the end of the day you never appreciate what you have. You want God to do the same thing he is doing in the life of your friends, so at the end of the day you never show gratitude and appreciation for the thing God has done in your life. Over expectation can make you live the rest of your life always focusing on what is happening in the life of other people, instead of focusing on what God is doing in their life. There are people who celebrate everybody else except themselves. There are people who are proud of everybody else's marriage. They are proud of everybody else's business. They are proud of everybody else's achievement. But the things they are achieving, they are never proud of it, because it is not big like that of their friends. Over expectation can kill you. Over expectation make you ungrateful. Over expectation make you never appreciate God. Over expectation make you never appreciate God. Over expectation is a killer. It makes you so ungrateful. It makes you so ungrateful that no matter what the Lord is doing in your life, you will never see it. Why? Because you are in unnecessary competition. They have a car, so you must also have it. They start their business, so you must also have a business. They got married, so you must also get married. They started having children, so you must also start having children. So as far as they are getting and you are not getting, you stop appreciating God for the little thing he is doing in your life. Over expectation make you so ungrateful, because you don't have a big church compared to your friends. You never appreciate the few people God keep bringing into your ministry. You never appreciate the few faithful people who are helping you to do the work of God. Why? Because all your mind is upon those you are in a competition with. They are on a radio and you don't have money to go on radio. They are on TV and you don't have money to go on TV. So no matter what God is doing in your life, you are never appreciating it. Hear me. If there is something you need to deal with, it is over expectation. Look into your life. Take this time. Look into your life. Examine your heart. Am I in unnecessary competition with somebody? Some of you, your biggest headache are your friends. Anytime you look at them, you have a headache. Anytime you look at them, you are sick. All because you want your life to be like them. You want to be successful like them. You want to be great like them. You want to dress like them. You want to have what they have. So at the end of the day, you are not enjoying the life God has given you. You are not enjoying the breakthrough that the Lord has given you. You are not enjoying the blessings that the Lord has blessed you with. At the end of the day, you are not happy in life. Why? Because you put yourself in unnecessary competition with your friends. I am even older than them. We completed the same university, but look at them, look at the thing, look at what is happening in their life. Why me? Oh Lord, why me? Who is setting you up? Who is setting you up? Disconnect yourself from this unnecessary competition. It will not help you. Disconnect yourself from this unnecessary competition. It will not help you. Disconnect yourself from this unnecessary competition. It will never help you. Over expectation is a killer. Over expectation will destroy your life. Over expectation make you ungrateful, that no matter what God is. Some of you are so ungrateful. Some of you are so ungrateful. You are so ungrateful. You are so ungrateful. You never appreciate what God is doing in your life. You never appreciate the miracles that God has done in your life. Some of you, it is even a miracle that at the end of the month, you still have a job. You are still receiving salary. That one alone is a miracle. You never appreciate it. Some of you, it's a miracle that at the end of the month, you have what it takes to pay your rent and your utility bills. That one alone is a big miracle. Some of you, it's a miracle that you have your own car. You never appreciate it. Why? Because the things you have are less than what your friend has. So at the end of the day, your ungratefulness begins. Your ungratefulness begins. Hear me? Your story is different. The family you are coming from is different. Your destiny is different. The only person you can become is you. The only person you should compete with, it is you today and you in the future. Disconnect from unnecessary competition. You can't have a relationship like that of your friends. Your marriage will not be like them. Your business will not be like them. Your story will not be like them. Your life can never be like them. Your destiny can never be like them. Stop focusing on what is happening in the life of people and start focusing on what God is doing in your life. Stop focusing on what God is doing in the life of other people. Wow, they just got a job. Wow, they just bought a new car. Wow, they just got promotion. Wow, they just bought a house. Wow. And God is doing petty things in your life. God at the end of the day is still at work in your life, but you can't see. You are not thanking him. You are not praising him because you are living all your life doing wow in the life of other people that you even forgot about yourself. You celebrate everybody else except yourself. You are proud of everybody else except yourself. Over expectation. Over expectation. Some of you, anytime you look at your friend, you cry, you weep. So God, when me? Oh Lord, why me? Where am I still here? Oh God, look at what is happening in their life. Oh Lord, look at them. They don't even pray. They don't even go to church. They are not even born again. They are not even holy like me. They are not even righteous like me. Who make you a judge in the life of somebody? Who make you an inspector in the life of somebody? Your story can never be like other people. Your church can never be like other people. Your life can never be like other people. Your relationship story can never be like other people. Your marriage can never be like other people. You can only be you at the end of the day. Hear me? When wisdom is speaking, listen and take note. This is what I want you to know at the end of my teaching. Stop focusing on what is happening in the life of other people and start focusing on yourself. Stop focusing on what God is doing in the life of other people and begin to focus on what God is doing in your life. Now hear me, listen very carefully. This is the last thing I want to say. This is the last thing I want to tell you. Hear me. The more you focus on what God is doing in the life of other people, the more God stops working in your life. The more you are busy looking at what is happening in the life of other people, what God is doing in the life of other people, that moment you stop God from being at work in your life. That is where the people you jealous the more you jealous them, the more they are blessed. The more you envy them, the more they are blessed. The more you say, God, look at them, God, look at them, they are not even Christian, they are even fornicating, they are even messing around, they are not holy like me, they are not righteous like me. The more you do things like that, the more they get blessed. The more they are more than you, the more they get breakthroughs, the more things are happening in their life. Why? Because the day you shift the focus from what God is doing in your life to what God is doing in the life of other people, you put God on hold. That everything God wants to do in your life, that is the end of the day. And unfortunately, many of you has become general inspector. That you are busy inspecting what God is doing in the life of other people. You are busy looking in the life of other people. You want your children to be like them. You want your relationship to be like them. You want to be lucky like them. You want to have cars like them. You want to have house like them. You want everything in your life to be like them or better than them. The moment you put yourself at that place, you put God on hold. Many of you, the reason why God has stopped working in your life is because you have lost focus of what God has been doing in your life. Like I always say, when wisdom is speaking.
Welcome to Mega Prophetic Ministry. We are prophetic. We are apostolic. We are a mega family.
Hear me very carefully. If you want to give into the word that you have heard, the word of encouragement, the word of wisdom, go to the website right now that is on the screen, megapropheticministry.org. My name is Prophet Vincent Grant. I will be coming your way again the next time as I speak on causes of delay, number 2 or number 3. Stay blessed. Shalom. Don't forget to share this video to be a blessing to someone. Disconnect yourself from every form of unnecessary competition. Stop monitoring what God is doing in the life of other people and start appreciating God for the little thing He has done and He keep doing in your life. I love you so much. Shalom.
Have you heard about the free International Prophetic Bible School? Newly opened in Halfway Tree by Prophet Vincent Grant from Africa. This is a big opportunity for you to receive an international ministerial training from the Mega Prophetic School of Ministry for free in the following areas: sharpening your prophetic gifts and discernment, personal development in ministry, understanding spirituality and Christianity, practical approach to church planting, understanding spiritual warfare and demonic operations, healing and deliverance ministry, spiritual growth and authority, and many more. Free tuition. That means no school fee. The school is Saturday lectures only. This means wherever you are in Jamaica, you can enroll and come to school only on Saturdays for 3 months intensive training. Located at Shop 15 Parkington Plaza, Halfway Tree. Registration $5,000 Jamaican dollars. Admission is in progress now. Call or WhatsApp 876 876-483-8863. Register online at www.omegapropheticministry.org. If you're outside Jamaica, you can enroll online at www.omegapropheticministry.org. This school is open for every Christian, church worker, men and women of God who desire deeper spiritual growth in their life and ministry. Call or WhatsApp them now, 876-483-8863. Follow them on Facebook